Question we're about to ask today is, why is LeBron James the king of the NBA? It's something people like to discuss all the time, actually. Many people argue Michael Jordan, who's like the GOAT in many people's eyes, but it's just not true. Other people argue Bill Russell, Kareem, but overall, the best basketball player, if you had one pick to win you a basketball game, it has to be LeBron James. I mean, you can make the argument who is the greatest basketball player ever. It's not LeBron James. That's just not true. It's not true at all. You could say who is the most accomplished champion. Yes, it's Bill Russell, 11 championships, but he played in an era before people really perfected the game of basketball, and people were just much smaller, so he could dominate at that time, and his team was just 10 times better than everyone else. Then you could say who is the most accomplished individual player ever. That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But it by no means doesn't mean that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. He was selfish, ball hog. When he left his team and played baseball, well, he was really kicked out of the league. His team only went from 57 wins to 55 wins. LeBron James, when he left the Cavaliers for the first time, went from being a championship contender to the first pick in the NBA draft. Then, when he goes to Miami Heat, brings them 4 straight finals. They go from 2 titles there when they should even have had 3 to a lottery pick the next year. Then comes back to Cleveland, brings them again to 4 straight titles, and where we are right now in the present is the Cavaliers are 2-12. You can see that LeBron James has an immediate impact on whatever team he's playing on. So let's just go through some arguments of why LeBron James isn't the best player of all time. Some would like to argue that he's 3-6 in the finals. One thing that kind of boggles my mind is how people like to argue that, yeah, he has 6 losses in the finals, but to be able to get a team to the NBA Finals shouldn't be something that is looked against upon. Yes, the East was maybe easier conference at the time, but by no means is an easy task to get a team to the NBA Finals. 8 finals in a row right now, and he's looking to make it his 9th. That's something that's unprecedented, honestly. Okay, so another thing that's great about LeBron James is the longevity of his prime. Many people are in their prime for like 10 years, maybe. LeBron James, we've never seen him have a bad season. Yeah, that he's had bad games here and there, but first season he comes in, 18 years old, never even played a college game, straight out of high school, wins Rookie of the Year, averaging over 20 points a game. Second season, another fantastic year. Third season, he's leading the league in scoring already. A couple seasons later, he's bringing his team to the NBA championship. Well, a kid that's not even 25. He's been in his prime since his 3rd season, and he's still keeping it up today. Right now, he's averaging 27, 8, and 8. Are you kidding me? Last night, he dropped 51 points. LeBron James has and will continue to be the greatest basketball player of our generation. It's just not up for question. Well, let's look at some of the arguments against LeBron's 3-6 NBA Finals record. So, Dallas Mavericks. That was a heartbreaking loss. He only averaged 17 points. Should have done much better. It was his first season in Miami. But everyone wants to count out the Mavericks because they only had one All-Star in Dirk Nowitzki. But that same Mavericks team, that season in the playoff run, swept the great Lakers with Kobe Bryant, arguably the greatest of all time in some people's eyes. Yeah, that's not true. Then right after that, they beat the Thunder in 5 with Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. Although they weren't this super team or super players that they are now, they're still an amazing team, and they ended up in the finals the next season. Spurs in 2013. Ray Allen saved LeBron's career with 3 of the last second of Game 6. LeBron, at that point in the game, already had 20-something going into the 4th quarter. They were down over 10 points. LeBron James had 14 points in that 4th quarter. And 30 seconds left, down 6. LeBron hit a 3, which often people like to forget. And then, of course, Chris Bosh has the offensive rebound, gets it to Ray Allen. Bang, they game where put it to overtime, and then hit the game where. Then game 7, LeBron has 35 points, and he gets the game-winning shot in game 7. But everyone wants to count out LeBron's championship right there. Then they want to come against the Warriors. When LeBron lost to the Warriors in 2015, he was averaging over 30 points, 10 rebounds, and around 7 assists. Many people even argued for him to still be the MVP with a losing team. Then the next year, his greatest feat of all time, the 3-1 comeback against the greatest NBA team of all time. Incredible. Over 35 points again. Wins Finals MVP. LeBron James can do it all. Although he might not have the most titles of all time, the most accolades, he still is in the longevity. He's still in the prime of his career. And he's on track, actually, to be the leading point scorer of all time. And the crazy part is, that's not even the best aspect of his game. LeBron is a better Magic Johnson. He's a better Elgin Baylor, a better Julius Erving. LeBron James can do it all. We've never seen someone with his size, strength, and just agility in the league. He can do it all. Anytime LeBron James, this is one of my last points. Anytime LeBron James has had a flaw in any aspect of his game, he's worked on it and made it his biggest strength the next season. Early in his career, LeBron wasn't that strong. He was getting a little bit bullied. Yet he worked and worked and worked. And now we see him as a physical specimen. Anytime LeBron's driving the lane, people either walk out of the way or have to try and just wrap him up. Then, let's say, LeBron James couldn't play out of the post. Next thing you know, he's working on his moves, shooting like he's Kobe or Michael. He's perfected the game, the art, the craft. LeBron James can do anything he wants on that basketball court. It all just depends when he wants to do it, how he's going to do it, because he's going to do it. He will take any team to greatness.